Now, disclaimer, and also, I know we haven't done a replay commentary in actually years, but every now and then a game like this occurs, and they are so rare that, yes, it's unfortunate I couldn't catch it on live with a stream or something like that, but I'm not about to pass up a 70-minute game for content on the channel. Now, importantly, this game does have a lot of things happen in it, and yeah, 70-minute games do not happen unless both teams are screwing up immensely many times, usually in terms of bad decision making. We'll see more on that in just a bit, I suppose, but it's also given a great opportunity to show the giga late game of ADC Thresh, or just AD Thresh in general. And we're even going to see multiple builds in one game. It's going to be incredible. If fresh builds and things like that are something you're interested in, then absolutely please put this on in the background or something and enjoy probably quite a long replay commentary. Again, if I could have caught this live, that would have been amazing, but nah, this will have to do. With that out of the way, we begin this game with ADC Thresh in the bot lane with Seraphine support. We have Syndra mid, jungle Yi, Rumble top, fighting Set top, Graves jungle, LeBlanc mid. This is after the Shiv nerfs. In fact, let's just go back one sec. Okay, she started corrupting, but I was wondering if she started like an AD item or something, and then she sold for Doran's ring. Ezreal is already pinging Senna for some strange reason, and Ezreal, ADC, and support Senna. Lolly Slime, our resident Master Yi, is going to, well, our random Master Yi actually. I shouldn't say it like they're part of the pre-made, they're not. We'll take a few pokes, giving Senna a little bit of gold. And the usual start is to stay somewhere in their vision and emote madly. We're going to go ahead and help Master Yi with the red buff and then go straight to bot lane, trying to not miss a single soul. Literally, there's one. And with the current skin I have equipped, we're just going to get rid of the top score thing because it's in the way. I haven't done replays in a while. With this particular skin, when a soul is collected or dissipates, the ground below it will just kind of... you can see it happen in real time right now. Look, it's like... what? No, in replays they're animated, I suppose. Normally they just kind of paint the floor, but they just kind of remain in the air. Oh god, I picked the worst skin to have a replay commentary with. But we can't change that now. So for items, we've actually gone Doran's shield, which may seem like a mistake right now because we're getting this crazy aggressive start because the enemies did not respect, or rather Senna did not get the level 2 she needs, whereas we both have level 2. At the same time, she's trying to poke, and they're doing like alcove gaming. What is going on? This game is already a bit of a Charlie Foxtrot, if you will. Ezreal will get away. I'll try and get this auto on the Senna, but Seraphine with the secure and another secure with the E. To be fair, that was what we call self-defense. We are 0-0-2 as support. We are 0-0-2 as ADC Thresh as Seraphine takes its first 2 kills. Now, I think that Senna was easily my kill because she was in a bush. I'm clearly high health, and I don't think Senna could have possibly done anything if she was alive for the extra second it takes for my slow auto attack. However, if we did have Doran Blade, we would have killed her with the auto attack before that. But we shouldn't assume that our enemies are bad. They are Ezreal Senna. Senna in particular is really, really good at poking, and Thresh with 450 range is really, really good at taking poke. As AD carry anyway. With the wave as it is, it's just out of vision, but I don't want to let us lose this gank. I am hooked in self-defense and will flash and try and get out of this. And oh my god, my health is so low because we walked up into a Graves gank. We had to flash away. Now, if we kept our hook instead of hooking Ezreal, because we had no idea Graves was coming, we could have maybe anticipated. Like I said, bad decision making makes 70-minute games happen. I'm no exception. We could have potentially hooked Graves and then flayed him under the tower and then probably at least forced him to flash, if not get a kill. I'm going to use the lantern here to get the souls because if I try to walk up, that will lead to a bit of Senna poke. Senna, of course, will once again get caught by the Seraphine under the tower, and that's going to take even more damage, giving us Master Yi's walk up do nothing because Senna went invisible. He's still trying to get fish for that Q, clicking directly on the opponents rather than where they are headed. A common mistake, actually, among some players. Now, with more casters on our side, we can try and crash the wave. Now, Thresh is actually really bad at this. His wave clear is really bad until you get static Shiv. Very important item, and we're just going to miss the minions straight up. That's how we get the 70-minute game. Intentional. Totally. Here's our Shard. Now, Shard's going to give us more burst. Ezreal's also going for a Shard. I don't know what Ezreal builds in the modern day. I can imagine he does pretty well with Shiv. You might hear an airplane in the background, but while doing a replay commentary, I am not about to pause just because an airplane's going by and I forgot to close my window. That's fine. I would save that kind of frustration for recordings, just like the other day. Speaking of which, new recorded content coming soon. I wonder if I've gotten better or worse at this replay commentary thing as time has passed. Most of this early game is weird things like this, so I'm just kind of positioning back here, trying to, yeah, let me get the farm, and the rest of us are just kind of walking up into a huge minion wave into the center, taking some poke here. If I walked up, could I have gotten us a hook? Maybe, but that is, you know, that's assuming they aren't just going to dodge it at max range. There's a chance for combo, but again, that's a huge wave. There's actually a non-0% chance that at least one of us dies from such an engage. So I'm pretty happy to just say I've went back, gone for the farm. That's fine by me. Now, Rumble is 4-0. That's just, you know, nothing to see here, folks. Set is absolutely dying. Like I said, there's going to be some weak links on both sides. God, I wonder who ours is. Haha. Bit of a poke using the Sarah passive. Now, that would have been a misplay maybe in the past, but actually because the minions do not de-aggro the turret. Oh my god, there's a rave party in here. Because minions no longer de-aggro the turrets, I don't know which patch that was, but some recent patch caused that to be a thing. We're going to go for the walk up and flay because I do not trust my hook. As you can see, I just hooked a goddamn minion. We could have probably got an easier hook on Senna if I just went for it when she was stunned by Seraphine. That was a better place to go. But I was worried about hooking a minion, like just happened there. However, regardless, Senna flashed. That's fine by me. She's going to stun the wave for some reason and begin wave clearing. We're fishing for kills because trying to beat them in the farming game is a little tough with Senna's poke and Ezreal as well. Ezreal with the range. Senna is staying in. We're going to use our lantern to get the souls. We don't want to eat too much poke. Every time you do this, this puts about 20 seconds where you are not saving anyone, so just keep that in mind. If you have, let's say, a random Leona that just loves to go in at random intervals, then maybe save your lantern a bit more, but that is kind of playing around a player. Yeah. It's kind of their bad, but at the same time, you feel responsible as Thresh. You just do. You feel responsible when your teammate makes a really stupid call. Senna ulting for the kill on the Rumble. That's a massive shutdown to Senna. Now I understand where she got that gold from. Now, this game was actually from quite a while ago. I've been meaning to record this ever since this game occurred. I was like, I'm recording that one. In fact, today, Thursday, I have fought the new patch drops, so I wouldn't have this replay anymore, which kind of prompted me to actually do this. Now, with the minion wave in the way, it's pretty hard for me to actually do anything here. I'm very slow in the head, trying to get the flay under the tower with the center here, and then trying to get some kind of bait hook on by, like, ignoring the minions. Oh, you can tell we were lacking some brain today. But that's why we play casual, normal draft League of Legends. Normally, outside of ranked, outside of stream. That's the whole point of this kind of game. Right? You don't just queue up in normals to try hard and then worry about every little mistake, do you? Oh, you do? Oh. I hope you don't. I know a lot of people do. You'll see it in the chats all the time. In-game and out. You'll see people complain in a normal game on comment sections. But whatever. And get a bit of a poke on Ezreal here. Now, they're going for this. We're going to go for the hook. We just about missed it because Senna is fast with that. Now, we're going to manage to get the auto before the Senna Q connects, at least, giving us the kill. Senna's going to speed walk down that way. Senna's move speed plus her move speed on auto attack hit, based on her passive, I believe, also gives her the move speed to dodge hooks like that. We were kind of going for Ezreal, we just happened to miss him. Not going to pretend my hook accuracy is good here. However, a good hook could happen here if Senna dodged to the right. She did not. So actually, with this kind of player, after the first few hooks, you can kind of realize, okay, maybe I should just aim directly at you. Usually, you can kind of suss out when someone is going to dodge or not. This is very surface level, very basic, but if you see when you're walking up to someone who's trying to evade you and they are already zigzagging and you haven't thrown anything, that means they're trying to throw you off and they are going to juke you. Now, Yi's going to engage straight on the Graves, but we've backed off already. We got Senna stunned anyway. Couldn't do anything there. Maybe we could, but the folly of Yi's way is that he has no boots at the minute. So if yeah, in addition to tier 2 boots, Graves has Ghostblade. So Yi was never catching him. Even with ultimate, level 1 Yi ultimate is like nothing. Yeah, you get some move speed. Yeah, you get the resets. You get some attack speed, but it's kind of nothing. It's really not that much. LeBlanc looking for the roam here, or just to help secure the dragon. Either way, enemy's going to take that. Already, we're starting the game a little bit behind. We'll take the score display back up when we may be out of lane phase. Graves kind of goes in. I don't know what he was thinking. He got stun locked. He got killed. He got Seraphine passived to death. Very low center. You can see the temptation. Oh, the stack shiv on us is already built, so we are 100% trying to get that kill. I'm not sure it would be a one-shot at this stage. We're going to just lift the camera up. No things to be caught whatsoever right now. Now, I think Syndra's staying here a bit long. She should probably get back to mid. Even LeBlanc without Shiv is going to wave clear this eventually. Senna just cannot resist going for the kill, apparently, with her ultimate after catching with the W and then getting the passive. And here we are looking for a greedy kill on her, and then the ward is a bait, even though it is invisible. The sweeper reveals the ward. Senna feels like, oh man, 15 Gs is worth it for a death. Forgetting there's a Thresh in this game, she will be bursted from her health. Now, Ezreal is super low. Yes, we can get a lot of damage if we also attack him. Yes, we can probably kill him in another hook rotation, but he's kind of hard to catch. And with a good Ezreal, even if you do catch him with the hook, he will just E out of it, because that is just something he, as a champion, is able to do. Gonna kind of walk up for no reason anyway before realizing, yeah, we can recall. Or we can greedily attempt to kill him somehow with a cheeky auto attack, which is never gonna land. Just recall, dude. You're fine. Buy tier 2 boots. There you go. Berserker's Greaves. Shard. Senna was looking for us just then and just about missed us. Tower is super low against that poke comp. In fact, it is dead. But Static Shiv will help us actually wave clear. Now, because we weren't there, because we dawdled around with Ezreal, we lost the tower, like 100%. In hindsight, it is abundantly clear. If we didn't weirdly try and like cheese a kill on Ezreal by standing around, and we were never going to get it, kill we would never get, we would have been able to come back, defend tower with 17 wave clear, with just damage. Oh, that's a flash ultimate on Graves here. He's a bit far. I flashed in, trying to make something out of it, but that's just going to be a lot of damage. LeBlanc. Oh man, she did not actually go for it here, and I go for the hook, but there's a W flash from Set. That's a bad start for me. Flashing into an unachievable kill. Sounds like the kind of thing we're doing all game this game, but like I said, 70 minutes has to happen somehow. Ezreal losing a 1v1 with a tower at the minute. As the mid fight keeps going, Master Yi pressed R, but now he has to fight Graves. I would have stayed and meditate a little longer and wait for Graves to approach, and then maybe try to fight him, because you will get away, actually. My bad. Does he have go? No, he got flash. Right, he flashed away. I mean, that's just my aggressive hand my blood. I see a fight, I go for a fight. He would have been kited to death, though. So definitely the better thing was to just run away. Wave clear easily with the Shiv. Looking around for whoever was here as control ward here. We're going to get that Lantern Shield. As we know, we're going to get stunned. That leads up to easy follow-up attacks. The 11 kills Rumble is just going to tear that center down. We're going to go back to bot because we have more than enough people on Dragon right now. Going to get the tower. Use Shiv to wave clear again. Now, when you use Shiv, always try and attack the first or last minion in the wave. Because if you attack the minion in the middle, sometimes it will bounce one way and then it will miss some minions on the other side. So when you're prioritizing wave clear, you want it to bounce to everyone. I've noticed that happens. If they're really bunched up, then sometimes it can kind of, you know, circle around. But if they're in a line, not going to happen. Here I am looking for a kill. Apparently, the enemies are like full health. I think I realized that now as I back up towards the dead mid tower. Going for a hook on Ezreal. That was never going to land. But we have kind of baited Senna. She's going to take a lot of damage and be forced to flash over the wall. That's us out. It was kind of a defensive ult. That sounds like an excuse. No, I did mean it. Going to take that. We need to reach our power spikes. So the item we're going for right now is Gale Force. Gale Force gives us the reach and the damage and the mobility to kind of close in on all these enemies. All these squishy enemies, like Ezreal, like Senna, so we can actually reach them and then hit them with the heavy Holy Slap. Also helps us get away from LeBlanc and Set. Those quick dashes do help get away from their burst. Graves too, of course. There was a red buff I'm ignoring right now, but I think that's because Graves took it and we don't actually know it's gone. Because Yi, I don't think, was particularly on top of his buffs. Where is Yi right now? He's right down there. He has... No, he's taken red buff. Okay, it's just me being stupid. Like I said, 70 minutes. Graves currently doing Krogs, but ulting Yi with boots now should be able to take him down, no problem. I mean, Graves should be able to take him down, no problem. And, apparently I just wasn't there. Then again, seemed kind of bad. If there's one person lying in wait in a trap, and most people are missing, now they're not, then there could always be more. Here's Set and Senna. At this stage in the game, we are kind of behind. Now, we're going to have to use our auto attack. We haven't actually used it yet. You can see how much we hold this. We were aiming for Senna, I think, but Set was just kind of frontlining. Even at 1-8 with a heart seal, you know, that's still a tanky boy. Keep farming, though. Some people have this misconception, because I see people get mad when I play ADC Thresh. They feel like if you can't get cheesy kills in the first few minutes, it's over. You don't scale. Nah, Thresh scales. He does scale. His damage, it scales. His armor, scales. Super powerful in that regard. It's his range that doesn't. And that is kind of the killer. So, if you can play around that, as I think you'll see in this game, we do build a little bit of defense so we can get into range and use it without dying immediately. You'll see that we're able to harness some of that scaling. Not as hard as, let's say, if he had 600, that's a lot, 550 range. We wouldn't scale quite as hard. But if he had that, I honestly think ADC Thresh would actually see play. Maybe not be broken, just given the current power level of other newer AD carries with their mobility and stuff. But he would probably actually be played if he had 550 range. And definitely see play if he didn't have his unique wind-up. If you don't know, Thresh has a uniquely bad attack speed wind-up. Wind-up is what is one of the stats that plays a part in the attack speed formula. And the simple matter of it... Oh, this is just a fight, nothing to see here. We're going to flash away and go for the carry here with the Gale Force. Going to make sure that he's gone. Now they have no AD carry. That's a lie, they got Senna. And Senna's 600 range is going to counter Thresh 99% of the time because she has a move speed as well. She attacks so fast since her buffs, sometime after she got placed. Now Flay is just going to get flashed here. We're not going to be able to catch him so far. But he stays. Going to hit him with the auto attack. But however, I am now between a LeBlanc and a hard place. Senna, LeBlanc, I'm dead. Anyway, what are we on about? Wind up. So the unique wind up, essentially what it means is that whereas you can, what's called either kiting or orb walking, I think that's a Dota term. When you move between your attacks, it kind of resets your attack speed every time. With most champions, you will notice that you are just kind of able to move and attack fairly seamlessly without losing any attack speed compared to standing still. If you stand still with Thresh, you will be at your max attack speed after one attack. If you move between attacks, you will constantly be stuck at that low windup. So around 1.5, 1.6-ish attack speed, when you go beyond that point, you will notice fairly significant reductions in attack speed when you orb walk, when you move between your attacks. So a good kind of, I'm going to say crit Thresh build, we're just speeding faster. We baited the Graves, it's no biggie. Shut down, whatever. When you are playing like crit AD Thresh, you don't really want to go beyond 1.6. Since you're kind of trying to specialize in burst anyway with the crit and the AD, you might as well keep it at a decent attack speed. Because you can charge your attacks between autos, it's not a bad thing to wait between autos with Thresh either. You will do better DPS if you were to just keep attacking, even with the penalty. But at least you can kind of better allocate your gold spend. Because if you are buying tons and tons of attack speed, but you're still kind of moving between attacks, you're kind of losing money. Is a way to put that. Spinning base while we wait for Storm Razor. People will say that Storm Razor is useless now. It's overly nerfed because it doesn't have the AP ratio. Not true. It's still some of the best damage you can get. Now, LeBlanc is going to go over there. I'm going to try to kind of bait her over by hooking the Senna, by making it look like, oh, I've changed targets, you can come back now. But we still have a Flay ready, and we know she's really low. And of course, with Senna being baited into my range, because she is sure as shit that I'm going to die here, that I'm just going to try and run away, right? Wrong. I have 138 armor and a lot of scaling and a lot of damage. We have 100 souls. Let's put the score display back up. We're at the 30-minute mark and we're not even halfway through the replay. Okay. So I didn't see that. That might have been a missing ping, because you can, you know, can I ping on... I can. No, okay. I can't bring up the ping wheel. But, you know, bait ping is right next to missing ping, so maybe he tried to missing ping me for taking his wolves, but, you know, it was a bait ping he used. Maybe he said what he said. Clearly waiting in gold. We got a pickaxe and a longsword. What that will go into, I believe... I don't actually know. Maybe Blade of the King. Blade of the Rune King. It's hard to speak. I'm getting auto on Ezreal, and he's so low. LeBlanc has found us, and with Thresh's magic resist, that doesn't scale. We are just going to get popped. So, clearly something I need to start worrying about. We'll speed through this for now until we respawn. We did get a little bit of a something there. I don't actually know what that was. Set's pinging his teleport. There's a red buff available, but there's also a teamfight going on over the dragon. With the pick on Graves, that's an easy dragon for us. We're currently 3-2 on the dragons, so almost even on that front. Part of the reason why this is still going on to be a 70-minute game. We're even quite even on towers, with the enemies having a bit of a lead. Now, this is definitely helped by some of their early game champs like LeBlanc. LeBlanc is currently 12 kills. You know, Graves did a lot in the early mid game. But as you can see, we have the scalers. They do have Senna, who is a very powerful scaler. I tried to lantern Yi out. This Yi has ignored every... They never clicked the lantern. It's quite possible that they don't know what it is. Okay, we make the catch on her. I'm just going to get the hell out of there before she pops me. Unfortunately, we're not able to catch her. If my health was higher, if I had the magic resist, we probably could. I'm going to try and catch up with the team fight, but unfortunately, team just gets a bit too ahead, and we're just going to be forced to wave clear so they at least have fewer things to Baron when they get Baron. Take some of this while we can. Now, we were going to push bot lane, but it looks like they're already there, so we're just going to recall, spend our gold. We got Shield Bow. Now, that's a defensive option against burst that you can use. It's not quite going to reduce magic damage, but that's fine. Knowing that Senna is willingly pushing this, I'm probably just going to have to auto this minion, but it looks like we're waiting for Senna. We get a bit of a hesitant engage on her right now. Seems like everyone is waiting for everyone else to be the engager. With them pushing the mid lane of the Baron, we're able to come up and defend. They're not able to do anything about it because they don't have a front line in that position either. Then they use Shiv to wave clear here, getting more farm, more souls, 138, 37 minutes. Fairly average, I'd say, at this stage. But knowing that this game is lasting so long, we can just kind of keep going, keep farming, keep prioritizing. At some point, you'll see me really commit to that decision. Now, she's gone ahead, done that, and I do the hook over on this position because sometimes, by instinct, they pop back. You'll see that instinct kick in later, and you can see that they pop back, forgetting where we are, forgetting what damage we do. We take the full true damage from Set here, but we do bonk him, and that will be the end of him. Dragon's coming up again, so you can see just how much we fast forwarded. This will be the Dragon Soul point on a Chem Drake Soul. Very powerful, especially with us some our champions. Yi at 1 health, he's going to be like impossible to kill. They play their cards right. Pushing up the mid lane, we don't have Baron or anything, but we do have a formidable force now. Unfortunately, Thresh with 450 range is not the best sieger in the world. I'm going to try and get some autos on it. I kind of really... Oh man, I was scared of that center dash, apparently. Gonna get the hook on him, but unfortunately he will flash out. All of our things come out a bit too late. Senna's going to take her entire health bar in damage as poke. And seeing, yeah, they've all respawned, it's time to go. I ping back and I say we should go. Do I ping back? Yes, I do. I signal to be cautious. Master Yi, of course, Ooga Booga's in and it's like, oh yeah, why aren't you here? We win, we win. Man. I wish I could say something like read the art of war, but it is just kind of common sense. That jizz lost on most people. Anyway, Grace pushing in the bot lane. We're going to go ahead and try and defend it. We're a bit late. A Gale Force for it. Try to hook for it. Oh, we get him. We're going to kill that Graves. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is coming to reinforce. I'm hoping for some kind of engage, some kind of front line, but nope, I have to be the sacrificial lamb here, which apparently is all they wanted to then flash back in. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? I think you should front line next time for your AD carry, but most people don't like doing that these days. And it's only when I make the sacrificial decision of, fine, I'll die, you get out, do we go back in? Why does this happen in League all the time? Alright, one more item slot, and it's actually going into Spectre's Cowl. This is what I was on about, that defensive item to make use of your range. And you'll see in our pivot in a bit what can happen there. Because we just kind of melt a LeBlanc, and because we have so much armor, we might as well go for a health item. And because we have lifesteal, it's not a bad idea for us to go on Spirit Visage. Might be thinking, why not get Abyssal Mask? Abyssal Mask doesn't have as much health, does it have haste? I think it has haste now. And it's not, it does increase your damage a bit. I do like it for that, but I find the extra durability on Spirit, both in its extra lifesteal and its extra just health in general, tend to make up for it. We're just going to go for wave clear again. We've been level 18 for like forever now, except Set apparently. Yeah, everyone except Set, Seraphine and Senna are level 18. I'm trying to get more farm here. Now we do have the Baron minions, so if someone did try to fight us in it, they would be hard pressed to actually get a victory out of it. Elder Dragon coming up within the minute. We're going to go ahead and move to mid lane to push this out. LeBlanc definitely falling off by this stage if she didn't fall off like 10 minutes ago. Now I'm trying to stay grouped, but our team is not frontlining. No one is standing in front of me. I'm standing in front of me. I would love to stay with the Baron minions. That forces them to kind of have to put some effort into wave clear, but we are not doing that, which was very frustrating at this point in the game. Ezreal comes in for a cheeky poke and takes a lot of poke back. Enemies try to engage. Everyone is just ready to go. See, there we go. Because the Baron's on it, it's a lot harder for them to wave clear it. Now we're moving down with Elder Dragon up, trying to get the catch on Graves here. Yee's already gone in. I'm going to hook in a true damage set. That hurt, but at least he's going to get bonked. I'm going to preemptively flash away from LeBlanc because she can kill me. Apparently, I autoed the thing there. Going to go for the hook on this. Apparently, he GA'd. I think I heard Zhonya's and thought he Zhonya'd. I'm going to hook to finish this, and as you can see, Senna's range means I really just cannot attack her. Her slow on her autos as well. Or was that her Q? I think it's her Q. I froze them out. It does not exist in this game at the minute. I wish it did. Just have to just yield to Senna because we cannot possibly kill her. This means if I'm alone, Senna can also kill me. We're going to try to flay, but some stray caster minions will still get the tower. And Senna looking for something here. Trying to just get a little more push whilst we look to take some more vision on Elder Dragon. We have the vision. I take the red buff. The scraps can be picked up by Yi. Look around for some people. Ezreal pings that I'm alive. I'm to be cautious of the Thresh's presence. That is fair. We're now heading into the late game. Not quite the late game, but this will be the first Elder fight. Not counting the previous one. We get some poke. We see Yi lying in wait. We get an ult down. Not quite seeing where it landed due to the replay. If I recall, it did not quite hit many people. Oh, cheeky auto attack on Graves spotted. I don't get the hit. Now he's going to go ahead and walk back up over this wall as I eat these plants, and bang. Idiot. That's their jungler down, so neither team has a jungler. Throw down the shield, position around. We see a teleport from Set coming in. They have started the Elder Dragon. Now, they don't have one either. They do not have a jungler either. They do have a frontline Set, who we do kind of melt. Not quite as much as we will later, but here's LeBlanc. What's the hook? On the Zhonya's LeBlanc, that's how confident we were. And the hook and the stun was able to stop her from porting back, which she most certainly would have done. Now, positioning here as an AD carry, want to stay away from the enemy as much as possible. Imagine the enemy team is like a big bubble. Like, every member of the enemy team has a circle around them. Combine all of those, and that is a zone you want to stay as far away from as possible as an AD carry. It doesn't matter who you are, Spirit Visage or not. We cannot leverage it in that position. If we had more people, maybe we could go more aggressive. Specifically as Thresh, you would not do that as Caitlyn. But yeah. Once again, we have people alive and an Elder to fight for. Yi just starts, he doesn't give a shit. And then as soon as the enemies appear, he just runs at them. I don't understand what he was going for here. I'm going to go for a hook on Graves, which doesn't quite hit due to him using a smoke screen at the minute. Yi is going to lose a fight with Set. I think he should be able to counter it, but I think it's because, I remember, this Yi would stand in the center of every single Set W. Now you can see they've got a massive bubble there that we just have to, we cannot go like, hey, I'll do DPS on one guy and take damage from 3. That's dumb. Let's not do that. Now, could Thresh perhaps do that? Maybe, actually. Thresh is just such a absolute unit that it's quite possible that we could get away with it. But I'm not risking it. We almost certainly lose if I die. LeBlanc going for a kill, going for a pick on here. Gonna try and get the hook on Graves. This is gonna push them away. Now I'm gonna Gale Force to kill him. Unfortunately, the Elder buff is applied to me and they are gonna be able to chase me through and kill me like that. So now we have to defend with all of our might here. The Zhonya's Seraphine ult is gonna buy us a bit of time. My respawn timer is well over a minute. It's looking like this is the end of the game. Sorry to have baited you. I don't think this was a 70-minute replay after all. Syndra's going to try her best to defend here. Senna trying to 1v1 a turret and losing. She will get it, and the Elder doesn't actually kill her. Now, I was lying to you. Haha, we're not actually dead yet. I know, of course, how long this replay is going on. We get the ace because the enemies just didn't have the minions to push. What they probably should have done is actually just start a Baron call. Because Yi was still respawning, and by that time, who would be up? No one, actually. We'd have Syndra and Seraphine. Using Set, they could push Syndra away and then just do Baron with their damage champs, like Senna. Potentially. And it wouldn't be hard to call off if it was a bad call. It would certainly do a hell of a lot more than whatever they did in mid. To be fair, no, hang on, no, they took an inhib. They did take an inhib. Well, what they should have done is take the other 2 inhibs. Because I think they were so convinced they could win that they would rather 1v1 the turret. Enemies now getting desperate for the close the game out, calling Baron once again at the 50-minute mark. Senna just kind of teetering over this edge. You should really respect who you're fighting here. Now we're going to get a 1-man ultimate because Senna flashes out the way. However, as you can see, we're staying away from the enemies. I don't want to take that true damage, so because I reacted so late, I just have to flash it. Senna was trying to 1v1 Syndra, luckily losing. So going for this again. I fear a little bit the settles, but it looks like the person they could settle is now dead, so I don't have to worry anymore. Graves approaching. Our casters are kiting. LeBlanc's going to get a big W out on here, and now that the enemies have the confidence from LeBlanc to go into my range, I'm able to get a few good slaps onto Graves here, I think, rocking the Blade Rune King. Oh, you can see we've done the pivot. We've kept our shield bow. We sold Gale Force. We sold Storm Razor. We picked up a Blade Rune King and a Ginsu's Rage Blade. Because I was like, I have like 200 souls. You know how much damage that is. That's like 350 on hit. We had Rage Blade. We're tripling that. Oh, we're doubling that every third attack. We get Blade Rune King. That's even more life steal, even more on hit damage. We can keep the Shiv because it's a great wave clear tool. And it's just a great item in general. And it does technically scale with AP. Storm Razor doesn't, so we can sell that. We're keeping the shield bow because they have a lot of burst. We could sell it. And we're keeping the spirit because we're now at our very low range. We'd never bought rapid fire this game. And I don't think rapid fire would be worth it. Ezreal with the leash there. Now, we are all full build, but we can still go to minions to get souls. Apparently we don't because we missed something. We sold boots for Runan's Hurricane. Runan's Hurricane does give you the 7% move speed, which somewhat makes up for the lack of boots. But this is also going to provide wave clear. We could equally sell Shiv, but I think Shiv with the AP ratio, I'd like to give it a shot because we do have 300 AP right now with Baron and our souls. Pretty insane. Now we've got red buff plus Runans, which is a nice combo to have. Never worth building around, but always very nice. We're going to go ahead and get these souls. Now at 211. LeBlanc is pathing back. We're going to hook it just in case she has the instinct supports. Pop the clone. And get out of there because that's a dangerous position to be in. Positioning is everything on an AD carry. Even when you're as tanky as we are. What it does mean is we can absolutely walk up to LeBlanc here. Gonna try an auto, try an auto, try an auto, try an auto. Just in case. Some people have this kind of knee-jerk reaction when you hook or when a skill shot is coming their way. When they think a skill shot's coming their way as LeBlanc to just pop. Fortunately, everyone's dead. We must recall. We pushed with the inhibitor, with the Baron buff. So at least we get a little bit of payback with the mid inhibitor turret. You can see it on the map in the bottom right. It's going to be taken. And the Baron minions are absolutely putting in work defending this one turret right now. They are struggling to wave clear it. They are going to be pushed back and they're going to have to defend their inhibitor. They're going to have to reposition for an Elder. We have 3 inhibs down. 3 inhibs down is basically losing a lot of the time. Like I said, 70-minute game. Things are crazy here. We're going to go in on this hook. Nope, we're going to respect positioning and we're going to sidestep the set W at the last second. The shield is more than enough. Plus, remember, the moment we step out of the center of the set Q, our, how much armor? 257 armor kicks in to defend against that. So it doesn't do any damage. You see, it did basically nothing to us. Considering recalling, but we're gonna leave the wave clear up to Senna in this case so I can help with this all-important Elder fight. As Yi is once again off somewhere chasing, he is gonna get the kill on Graves. There you go, there you go. Let's just, okay, I hate doing this, but let's see that again because we kind of sped past it and the camera wasn't focused. However, it was focused. So you can see, this is the knee-jerk reaction. It's like, she even stops. She wants it. Look, she's like panicking with her like zigzagging there. You know the reaction's gonna kick in. Because I know I can't chase her. I'm just gonna like flay the spot there. Because there's a chance that she comes back to stop our recall. Syndra is struggling with this, but here's LeBlanc again. She's come around trying to stop our recall. I really want to recall. It looks like Rumble is only going to be up in 30 seconds. We're going to do the Elder. Now, they could backdoor. She is really struggling with this. But our damage with Yi and a late game Thresh is enough to do this. We are going to be able to. It's looking bad if the enemies just go for the Nexus right now. Where are they actually? They recalled. We could have absolutely lost. Could have absolutely lost if they came down here. Maybe not, because it looks like the minions weren't able to put a dent in the Nexus. Worst come to worst, Syndra makes some focus herself, but she might not have that. She might put more value on her own life than the Nexus. There is a potential for that. But the high AP on the LeBlanc would definitely hurt the Nexus, and we would struggle to recover from that position. I don't think it would be utterly lost, though. And more entertainment for you guys, it's all good. I'm going to wave clear this, and I believe... Nope, this is not the part of the replay where I walk up and slap LeBlanc. Shiv and Runans makes for great wave clear at this point. Now you can see we're at 248. We're almost a Soul Glutton. Senna with a dream. Flash is over with no vision. Let's see that from her perspective. I think it'll be funny. She even saw the... I think she saw the sweep of the Seraphine. Just like, oh, it's just Seraphine. Or, they moved faster than their brain did. Graves at the flank going for the Seraphine, but that's an overheating late game Rumble. You do not want to be in the range of that. Normally, the kind of balancing factor of that is that you are never going to be in Rumble's range. Too bad you were. The blank going with the wave clear, but my wave clear is really good, especially compared to hers now that she doesn't have a Shiv. Push that down. Continue wave clearing a bit because we want the souls. Everyone has all of their items, remember. The supports are both fully fed now. 261 souls. I think, however, the Soul Glutton buff is gone because Riot learned to count beyond number 255. Before then, when you got to 255, it would just give you Soul Glutton and then reset to like 0 souls. Nowadays, it doesn't do that. So when I say Soul Glutton, that's what I mean. LeBlanc going for the Yi pick. Yi is gonna... Nope. But yes. Someone went Guardian Angel. We've moved up. I was gonna say they Lee Q'd us. That was an Ezreal. Back to our perspective. Now we're still sitting on the same build. It is a very powerful build to have at this point in the game. Remember, we have the triple scaling. We have the souls going on the Runehands. That's going to apply on both bolts. We have it being doubly applied on every other hit with the Rage Blade. Every third hit, sorry. And we have our other innate on-hit effects. I think Yi died. Did Yi? Of course Yi died. That was just a common occurrence in this game. We can get rid of the score display because we can't see our enemies above us. They are slowly pushing up, but our casters are able to kite and we're just able to wave clear. I'm holding onto this auto attack. As you know, it's so important to have. Set kind of low. But we go for the Graves because we know he's coming down to help his buddy out. LeBlanc's way out of there, but we pop the clone anyway. We're going to get some huge true damage. Simply get sponged by the combined might of the Rumble W and the Sarah W. Actually, seeing the size of that Rumble shield, it might have just been Rumble, actually, to be honest with you. I think it was both. With this, we do have to be mindful of backdoors, but we have all 3 inhibitors, so we have plenty of grace period where we don't have to care. Now, LeBlanc is kiting away. We can't possibly chase her. In fact, by the time I've given up, Rumble didn't give up. And that's awkward because it means that LeBlanc is in a 1v1 ideal situation to fight this magic resistless Rumble. Still going to wave clear this out. Enemies will now be thinking about the dragon. They'll be thinking about the Baron. 283 souls being pinged. Dragging up very soon, 25 seconds from the time of that ping. All we can really do is keep playing the pushing game. Now, Massey has decided to go ins. And of course, it's our fault because we should just simply be there with him to get ambushed with him. And here, I'm in the middle of decision making. Like, they are definitely doing Elder. There is a chance of a backdoor, but we know where Senna is. So I think our best bet is to kill Baron really quickly and go back with it. You can see the cogs turning as I move, and you can see I'm making the call so everything comes back and we just do it. Let's put it at normal speed. You can see we're at 2.15 attack speed right now. They've just killed Elder. Remember, Elder does not die as quickly as other dragons. Senna's going to go for an ultimate on it. Remember, Senna's ultimate doesn't actually hit enemies, and I'm speeding away, not even stopping to pick up the souls. Getting away from an Ezreal as well. Going to pick up the blue buff. Look at that damage. Real quick. And we're still positioning to the left so we do not get caught. We can now have vision of them on our inhib. It's safe for me to recall without being interrupted or killed. And we're going to pick up an Elixir of Wrath for the extra physical vamp, which will apply. Okay, Seraphine does get hit here, but she's going to pop the Zonias. Flash away. Fade away ultimate thanks to Set. We're going to have to stay back and deal with Set because we can't possibly be sandwiched between Set and the enemy team. That would be horrible. Also, we do not want to be in the enemy's focus at any time. You do often see people complain, like, oh, why aren't you focusing the AD carry to the AD carry? And if you have any experience in this game at all, you probably know the AD carry probably shouldn't be focusing anyone. They should be attacking whoever's closest so they can provide a steady stream of damage. That is your job. LeBlanc going for wave clear here. She thinks, oh, no one's coming. I'll do a little more. And hit him with the classic. Thresh doesn't have a dash, or does he? Yes, he does. One auto is all it takes. Elder Dragon not even necessary at this point. Remember that it's not even built for burst. We've got Shiv and a bit of AD on Rageblade and Loden King. I think a bit of on Runans as well these days, right? No, not on Runans. Wave clear, wave clear, wave clear. Push up with Baron, push up with Baron. We can see where some of them are, and they are kind of pinned down at the mid. Trying to defend that, and they have Yi to contest with as well, which I've chosen not to contest with because Rumble's there. Of course, whereas Rumble will back off, Yi will just keep going, and to be fair, he will get it, but now he is in a pretty precarious situation. The enemy's not quite brave enough to take Yi on. He is a late game Yi, even if their decisions are fun. 311 souls being pinged right now. And one auto. That was one shot, imagine two. Can wave clear this as the rest of the team are worried about Syndra and Yi. Oh, that was kind of nice. The Runans put them low and the Shiv finishes them off. I'm sure Shiv would have killed them anyway. We currently have this kind of disjointed push. Well, it's not a push anymore now that Yi's decided to fight. Remember, Yi is a very fast champion. They could have backed away. They're going to chase in for the kill, allowing us to easily get the inhib here. With the Nexus currently under fire. Set's teleport is actually up. He could teleport onto it, but he is not doing that at the moment. In a bit of a fight. So you can see here, I've gone for the Senna. And that's going to push her away. Now trying to reach LeBlanc before she kills Thingy here. Bit late on the hook, unfortunately, so we have to make up for it with a flash. Set has now gone for the Nexus, but Syndra is here to defend. And here's the issue with Senna. Her range is so high. We can't actually deal with her. We have to try and trap her into a hook so we can get into range, but so long as she's outside of our range, we cannot hurt Senna. It's annoying. Luckily, the recalls here were enough to deal with these guys trying to get the back door. They did, however, get our inhibitors. I think, or they're already down. Either way, now we can back and we can defend some more. Senna with the wave clip. We're going to try cheese our way into range. She misclicked once, clearly trying to attack us. That was a move command into my flare range. With the amount of damage we do, I don't know if we needed the Rumble, but given Senna is probably the highest value target at this point, even compared to Ezreal. Because Senna is a fun and well-designed champion. Probably was worth it, especially with the cooldowns we have these days. We can now just go easily for this. This here. Master Yi, he's existing, I guess. Gonna go down, try and hit these minions, trying to get the bot in here moving so we can set up a Baron. Here we go, back at normal speed. Trying to get hit on these guys. We're gonna get a one-man ult on the set. And I'm just going to go for whoever's closest, although with the durability we have, we are able to go a bit further if we want to. Rather than kite, I'm going to stand still to get max attack speed, though I will be dodging the set W, especially now his Sterak's has popped with that massive shield. Now we're just in the middle of everyone. We're just going to try and hit as many people as possible with the Runans. Hit the LeBlanc, Seraphine safe in the Zonias. We're going to auto-attack whoever we can here. Auto-attack Set, he's down. They're down. We are kind of Aatroxing out. We are drain tanking using our Blade King and Shield Bow. Shield Bow also saving us at the low health, but we're not quite able to catch the Senna. However, Syndra doesn't have a range problem. Syndra is able to just clap her. Now you might be thinking, Elder? Baron? Recall to defend? No, push to end. Syndra does recall, but she gets for the teleport down here, which is going to be even better than what we're able to do. And potentially kill the Senna. Oh, she didn't kill Senna, she just knocked her away. Senna's up. Okay, nice. And that will be all there is. With 22 seconds on their soonest respawn, there is no way they defend from this now. Fighting over the Elder there, you can see there was like 3 people on us. We did have Seraphine's late game shields as well, and there was nothing they could have done. The Ardent giving us the extra attack speed as well. We were so strong. They didn't focus us perfectly. LeBlanc didn't focus us, I don't think. They focused Seraphine. I think they gave up when they saw our magic resist. With Void Staff, though, they should just ignore it and trust that the rest of their team, especially 1000 health Heartsteel Set, can possibly do some burst here. So we haven't done a replay commentary in a long time. I know, like, the comments I remember on replay commentaries when we did do them was, wow, why isn't this a live commentary? And, well, I've given you the reason. These games do not happen often. They are a spectacle to behold, even if part of that spectacle is how dumb we are. We have seen 2 builds in one game. We saw the Thresh Burst build. Didn't quite go to Rapid Fire Cannon because I think not dying to LeBlanc was much more important. And to Graves. As you can see, when we just know our souls are better spent on an on-hit build and we have so much surplus gold, we just switch, we just pivot to the Rage Blade, we just sell everything. Go for it. Of course, the Steam notification sound. Just the defensive items also kicking in here, very useful. Hope you enjoyed this replay commentary, and I'll see you in the next one, and I'll see you in the next stream, and I'll see you in the next live gameplay, plus the other scripted videos we have. Subscribe if you haven't, because we have way more off-meta shenanigans for you. As well as that, there will be a new thing eventually where if you want to make your own on-hit builds, hopefully I've got some content that will help you do that. And I mean new stuff, your own homebrews, not mine. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Take care.